Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP, and I had to start with this. $50 trillion BNY is now hiring for a Bitcoin and crypto roll. Every bank is getting prepared, but they're not hiring for a Bitcoin roll. We already know BNY is working with Ripple. I'll talk about that in a minute. But this is what the ad actually says. If you have a fire in your belly to disrupt and innovate, come join the team making it happen. 2025 is off to an exciting start for digital assets. Join our industry-leading team. Senior Vice President, Product Marketing, Digital Assets. Right away, they try to tie Bitcoin to everything. This comes from Angelica Saldana. Don't forget, BNY Mellon and XRP are partners to tokenize real-world assets. The XRP ledger will support the tokenization of real-world resources like real estate, stocks, and commodities. Their CEO just said that digital assets offer a fresh, innovative technology potentially vital to financial system for the next 10 to 20 years. They're also talking about transactions as well. But that's who BNY is working with, Ripple. $1.6 trillion Bank of America's CEO says U.S. banking industry will soon embrace crypto for payments. It's happening. But then you see the big Bitcoin logo. But we already know Bank of America is doing 100% of internal transactions on XRP with 83 patents. Bank of America and Ripple have been working together ever since 2015 or 2016. That's how long their partnership has been intact. And we're going to get a big announcement from Bank of America, I think, before we even find out who all those other NDAs are with here in the United States. But there was a reason you held a banker's coin, because we always knew the banks would utilize this technology, RippleNet and XRP. When you're investing into XRP, you're investing into the future financial system. And don't forget, XRP equals inside the formal financial system. Bitcoin equals outside of the formal financial system. Bitcoin and Ethereum were never included inside the payment system. They're not going to fall into the new financial system in any way. XRP and a handful of utility-driven cryptocurrencies are going to be part of the new financial system. When it comes to best incentive is no incentive, people take it out of context with a great misunderstanding. It refers to securing the network. Having a financial reward to securing the network introduces friction. The genius with XRP Ledger is that now monetary incentives are introduced to participate in the network if you're paying attention. First, we have the unique implementation of the AMM that favors liquidity providers at the expense of arbitrageurs. Now we have lending, where people can earn yield. Take a listen to David Schwartz right here.
Funding all happens on Ledger. So that means that if you're interested in funding a loan, you could pay into one of these lending pools, and as payments are made on the loan, you could receive money automatically from the Ledger as those payments are made. And you could also use the loans as collateral. You could use your share of the payments as a form of payment. So it'd be very liquid for the holders of these loan pools.
Think about it like this. The banks are coming into crypto. Once that happens, you could be the liquidity provider for the banks to make loans on the XRP ledger. And every single month, you will get a return on your crypto that you're loaning out. That's how you become your own bank. The banks getting on board is going to open up a lot of options for us as XRP holders to earn passive income. It is absolutely coming. We will see it in 2025. Never having to sell any of your crypto and earning monthly rewards off of loaning out your crypto. And without a risk, there will be risk-free options to do that. And we will talk about all of that once that all starts to happen. But I'm expecting it in 2025 with institutional adoption. Institutional expectations are growing for major crypto companies like Ripple to go public in 2025. Once again, they're talking about Ripple and an IPO, with expectations building up on other major crypto businesses, Circle, Kraken, Chainalysis, Ripple, etc., going public. They will soon find themselves with plenty of company, no pun intended. If Ripple does that IPO and they give a valuation to XRP, the price will go up very fast. People are expecting $7 to $13. That's where XRP will stay. It will not come back down under $7 ever again. And if this happens during alt season, whatever price point we were expected to hit, this would be on top of that. That's how big that actually is. The only problem that holds XRP back is regulatory certainty, not technical issues. We need to have a level playing field for XRP so that the market can pick which one they want to use. Take a listen to this.
Right.
You might still use proof of work.
Right. But I invite Ryan and Desiree. I don't know if you would like to comment on this as well. But Ryan, go ahead.
Proof of work doesn't work. Proof of work doesn't work. It's been widely.
Ryan, proof of work's been working.
Let me
finish.
finish. Proof of work doesn't
Let
work.
him finish, please.
And in the early days of Bitcoin, there was a whole group of developers that broke off to create other assets, XRP being one of them, that doesn't use mining, that's cheaper from an energy perspective than Visa, and already scales to 1,500 transactions a second. A lot of these problems have already been solved. The challenge for adoption comes back to policy. The policy uncertainty around some of the assets has limited adoption, particularly here in the US. And I'm speaking from Ripple and XRP because we use that asset because it's a half a cent per payment. It's basically free. It scales and it's efficient. It's 1,500 transactions a second at nearly no energy burn. So we're
Now add in Interledger Protocol, and that changes everything. Unlimited scalability. And he's saying this in front of the guy in the middle that is from the IMF. The IMF already chose the winner. They chose XRP and XLM years ago. They always looked at them as high-valued stablecoins of the future. They know a new financial system is coming. They know crypto is going to be utilized inside of real-time payments. But that's why Bitcoin is not an option. Energy usage, proof of work just doesn't work. And that's why these people went out, broke away from Bitcoin, looked at it as a test coin, and then created XRP. The same people that created Bitcoin created XRP. Tether is Bitcoin's kryptonite. They knew years ago that Tether was going to be a problem. And this comes from Summerhill Capital Management. Most of these institutions already know that Tether is an issue. China already acts like the Tether collapse already happened when they talk about USDT, because they know it's inevitable. It's going to happen. When is it going to happen? Nobody really knows. I could give you a time frame. It's when the US finally says, that's it, we're cutting the cord on USDT. Regulations will regulate out Tether, and that's going to be a major problem. So think about that when people are trying to push for this Bitcoin reserve. So the US buys Bitcoin, say around $100,000. Tether collapses out right after we buy it. Now we're supposed to hold it for 20 years. Tether's finished. Now nothing but retail money and Michael Saylor is propping up the price of Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin's sitting around $20,000 for a long period of time. What does the US do then? How are we ever going to pay off the debt? That's why it doesn't make sense, because Tether is always going to be that ticking time bomb waiting to go off. President Trump announces 25% emergency tariffs on all Colombian goods and financial sanctions for rejecting deportation flights. So now it looks like we're going to see tariffs in action going forward. But then this happened. Colombia intends to join BRICS as soon as possible. So we know Colombia is going to become a BRICS country eventually. Most likely that will happen. But there's a lot of countries that want to join the BRICS. Here's what I see going on. I think the BRICS and the US are working together to accelerate the new financial system. I think they want to have the new financial system in place most likely over the next year or two. I think it's going to start with a possible crash. I don't think that crash needs to happen, but I think they're going to push for it to happen. Because think about it like this. I always said the next stimulus in the United States is going to be paid out in digital money. They wanted to do it back in 2020 and 2021. I think the next time around, it is going to happen. And that will be when we transition over into the new financial system. If a crash happens first, I expect a reset on commercial real estate, residential real estate, the car industry. Most likely the banks will have a massive liquidity crisis, and the banks will consolidate into a handful of much bigger banks. And then the rise of the Phoenix would happen. But we could also have a transition into a new financial system without a crash. I think when Trump talks about the golden age, he's talking about us going to a gold-backed digital currency. China is already pushing for a gold-backed digital currency. Other countries are going down the same path. So that makes sense as well. But maybe we just transition slowly from the current financial system into a new financial system. We really don't know what's going to happen next. The one thing that worries me is Trump keeps mentioning 1929. And that's when we had the stock market crash and the Great Depression. Is that going to be what leads us into the crash? Nobody knows yet. But I know this, you're going to be wanting to hold XRP when it happens. You better be holding XRP when it happens, because then the rise of the Phoenix will happen so quick, and anyone not holding XRP will be priced out. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.